You know that feeling, right? You defeat the final dragon, the sky cracks open, you step through the portal, and you go home.
Yeah, you get the credits rolling, the music swells.
Exactly. The game is over. But what if that feeling of finality is just like a complete lie?
I mean, it is a lie. That's the whole premise we're looking at today.
Right. So today we are looking at this incredible source material, this document called Beyond the Forbidden Portal, The End's Unfinished Story.
It is such a good read. Really mind-bending stuff.
It really is. And our mission for this deep dive is to explore a secret that is buried in old code and hidden geometry. We are looking for a forgotten trace of an erased civilization.
And a portal that was never meant to be found.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because accepting the standard ending of the game is like finishing this massive epic novel. And you close the book, and then you realize the back cover is actually a locked, hidden door.
That is a great way to put it, because it's the perfect illusion of a conclusion, you know?
Yeah, they literally hand you a victory condition.
Exactly. You get an achievement, a literal doorway back to your spawn point.
Yeah.
And game design conditions you to accept that when the boss falls, the narrative loop is just closed.
You pack up your diamond armor and you leave.
Right. But when you bypass that return portal and start interrogating the environment they left behind, that neat and tidy resolution just completely fractures.
It shatters. I mean, the physical evidence out there in the void is just undeniable.
It really shatters the idea that the story is over.
So I want to start with that physical evidence, specifically the end cities. Because if you build a bridge or use an ender pearl and venture far enough out past that central island, you hit these structures.
These massive, towering structures just rising out of empty islands.
Just barren rock.
Yeah.
And there are literal ships floating in the frozen sky. And the source makes this really crucial point. We know who didn't build them.
Oh, definitely.
Like, they were not built by players. They were not built by the villagers from the overworld.
And they certainly weren't built by a giant flying dragon.
Right. The dragon doesn't have opposable thumbs, so she's not building anything.
No, she is not. But the architectural reality of those structures points to a really glaring anomaly. I mean, look at the materials.
The purpur blocks, right?
Purpur blocks, end rods, those elaborate shulker boxes. These aren't naturally occurring elements.
They don't just grow out of the end stone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They require complex crafting, smelting, and the manipulation of localized energy. The end cities show purposeful, deliberate organization and direction.
Which means someone had to draft them. Someone had to build them.
Right. This isn't just a haphazard shelter thrown together by people trying to survive. This is the fingerprint of a highly powerful advanced society.
And a thriving advanced society shouldn't exist in a silent void.
It makes absolutely no sense.
But wait, let me play devil's advocate for a second.
Sure.
How do we know this is advanced tech and not just, like, magical generation?
That is a fair question.
Because the overworld has magical portals.
Right.
And enchanted temples and strongholds that just generate into the earth.
Yeah, the game is full of magic.
Right, so why should we assume these floating cities are the result of a technological civilization? Like, it could just be organic, atmospheric world building to give you a cool dungeon to loot.
It's a fair challenge, but the distinction really lies in the procedural generation logic versus the narrative design.
Okay, break that down for me.
So, magical structures in the game, like the strongholds, they are buried, they're organic, they're integrated into the natural terrain.
Right, you find them cutting through caves and ravines.
Exactly. But the end cities defy the terrain. They are built aggressively vertically. They are entirely detached from any natural resource gathering.
Oh, that's true. There are no mine shafts under them.
None. And more importantly, they are perfectly sterile.
What do you mean by sterile?
Well, there are no tombs, there are no beds, there are no agricultural centers.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there's no infrastructure for, like, daily living.
Exactly. The architecture doesn't suggest a place where people lived and died over generations. It suggests a facility.
Okay, but if it's a facility or an advanced metropolis, it's like hacking through a jungle, finding a pristine, fully furnished ancient skyscraper, but realizing there are absolutely no signs of life.
Just completely empty.
Right. Why build an advanced metropolis at the literal end of the universe? And where is everyone?
That is the million-dollar question.
Because there are no bodies, but there are also no signs of a war. Like, no blasted walls, no battle scars, just absolute silence.
And when you analyze the geometry of the cities closely, you start to see physical evidence of a sudden, catastrophic interruption.
Like they didn't finish building it.
Exactly. You find these grand corridors that just terminate in blank walls. You find rooms that feel distinctly incomplete.
Oh, right, with the asymmetrical bridging. Sometimes you walk out a door and just drop into the void.
Yes. It heavily implies a sudden halt in construction. They didn't slowly die out or migrate over time.
It looks as if they had to drop their tools and evacuate immediately, all at once.
Precisely. A mass